watching MD90 live here in Lusaka, here in Zambia. So stay tuned till the very end. Don't click out and subscribe if you haven't already.
Well, the Catholic Church is very well known for not holding back when they have a political opinion. And based of the recent updates that were going on over the weekend, that did not change anything. They doubled down on that. So this was posted by the Smart Eagles, where Diana Lumango, the vice president, also attended. So the Catholic Church says, or the Catholic Church calls for an end to useless public squabbles that do not help the country develop and calls for reconciliation among politicians. So this was the Catholic Church in Zambia celebrated its historic milestone on Saturday, 31st August 2024, as the Ndola diocese was elevated to an archdiocese, and Bishop Benjamin Piri was installed as its first bishop. The ceremony was held at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola and was attended by dignitaries, including the national vice president, who's the current acting president of Zambia, based off the fact that President Hakainde Hichilema is currently in China. So the vice president, Mtaina Lumango, is acting president as things stand. And those are the images from that ceremony where the Catholic Church issued a statement to say, stop the useless squabbles and let the nation reconcile and unite. That's the acting president, Mtaina Lumango, there during the ceremony, and those are some of the images from Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola. While his Patriotic Front Secretary General Raphael Nakacinda has been detained at Chilenje Police Station, and then the details are yet to come. So that was just announced to say Raphael Nakacinda has been detained, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the day, more details will come as to why, and they expect more details by the end of the day. What is police probe DC over the death of two girls? Police sources in Central Province have told the Daily Liberation that they are investigating an incident where two girls died after allegedly being hit by a vehicle that was being driven by Chitambo District Commissioner Topson Kunda. But Mr. Kunda said it was the girls who bashed themselves into his Toyota Vitz car. He was driving after efforts to swerve the vehicle from them failed. So this news was reported, should have been like 2 weeks ago, alleging that Topson Kunda, if you remember, Topson Kunda was the MP candidate for Mukushi on the UPND ticket. And then he was just recently installed as the DC for Chitambo. And then a couple of days later, allegedly, he bashed those two girls who died on the spot. So he says the girls, they hit themselves in the vehicle. This news is they get to be clarified. I'm pretty sure they might go to court if they do not settle the matter outside that. But allegedly, two girls died from that incident. He says they hit into that. We'll wait and see how that plays out. What is Ministry of Information and Media Zambia put up an update saying Information and Media Minister and Chief Government Spokesperson denies reports UN Special Reporters saying it is failed to reflect the realities on the ground. Cornelius Moeto says the administration of Zambia is committed to protecting freedoms and upholding the rule of law. He said during an interview with Voice of America. If you remember, should have been 2 days ago or so, the UN body published an article saying freedom of speech and the arrest of the opposition in Zambia had deepened, and were pretty much cautioning the UPND government to follow the rule of law. And this is what Cornelius Moeto was responding to say, I mean, that's not the reality on the ground. The reality is that freedom is being allowed and everyone is free to express themselves. That was a response coming from government to that UN body. What is ZESCO says it will supply power to residential customers for a maximum of 3 hours per day. So out of the 24 hours in Zambia, you only have 3 hours per day of electricity going forward. That's where the situation stands at the moment, to which Miles Sampa responded, because this was a News Digger's headline, to say, find alternative power, ZESCO. So ZESCO is advising citizens to find alternative power sources as opposed to relying on them. Based off that update, to say the nation will experience 3 hours of power supply, to which Mao Sampa says, some are saying that someone is saying, as if you, I mean, if you have bread at home, why not eat cake? Or it's pretty much this statement is saying is the same as saying, if you have bread at home, why not eat cake? If you have a meal in the house, or if you have no meal in the house, why not eat rice and potatoes? Not in touch with reality. So simply saying that statement is not in touch with reality, because according to a basic solar power full package is about 50,000 kwacha. Very few Zambians can afford that. So in as much as ZESCO is advising the nation to find alternative sources of power, Mao Sampa says that's not the reality, because a minimum installation of that alternative source is 50,000 kwacha. That's just the basic. So that's Mao Sampa, Matero Member of Parliament, response to that ZESCO headline in the News Diggers. And then the Ministry of Media also put up this update. So today, President Hakainde Hichilema visited Tiba Group, a high-tech enterprise in China, leading energy equipment manufacturer, with a view to help resolve Zambia's energy crisis that has been worsened by El Nino-induced drought. So that is Henry Kapata updating the nation of what the president is up to in China. So those are the images where the president had visited that energy company in China. So those are the images from that interaction, as he makes effort to find alternative sources of energy, or pretty much alleviating the electricity deficit that the country is facing. So these are the images coming from China. President Hakainde Hichilema is Boma Lusambo is in Masala, the area on, and then there was a video accompanying that where he was interacting with marketeers, and then they were making statements to say marketeers at Masala main market, Chanta, where Kabushi Member of Parliament Boma Lusambo stops to interact with them on his way to the Catholic parish where he had attended Mass. So it seems like Boma Lusambo has activated his campaign fiasco, or pretty much strategy. He's been interacting a lot with a lot of people, and that is part of. As I earlier stated, it seems like everyone has activated their political campaigns. It seems like 2025, or the build up to 2025, everyone knows if you have intentions of standing on any position, this is the time to build your political mileage. While this Inspector General of Police expresses deep sadness over the passing of Mr. Danny Mwale, Inspector General of Police Raphael expressed deep sadness as he shared his personal experience with the late Mr. Danny Mwale, Deputy Public Relations Officer, during a visit at a funeral house in Chelston Police Camp. So the police chief was accompanied by Zambia Corrections Service Deputy Commissioner. And so during that interaction, that's where the IG who made that statement. As you are aware, the deputy, Mr. Danny Mwale, is late now. And then also Hakainde Hichilema has done things which nobody thought was possible in OP. So that's the minister making that statement. Say President Nakacinda has delivered and he has done things that people are not expecting. This is attributed to the news diggers. And so the president is still at Teba, where he's trying to find alternative sources of energy. Yeah, that's been an interaction. What is Mausampa also says today, I went to Manasoko Hospital and checked on Chief Justice Mumba Malila. Mumba Malila. After his road accident last night, by his side was his wife and children. All I can say is God is great. Zambia has to protect office holders of sensitive offices. I mean, of sensitive office. So Mausampa said he had visited the chief, the Chief Justice and in Mainasoko, and he was giving the nation an update of his situation there. While the Daily Liberation says police probe Chitambo DC over two girls' death. So that's the area headline that I had read you, where Topson Kunda is alleged to have killed those girls. And the police are doing an investigation of what really happened there. So this was put in the Daily Nation. I mean, a Daily Liberation. What is Zambia Daily Mail says, Hakainde Hichilema seeks practical energy solutions. That's over the trip that the president is in China for. So the images I showed you earlier on. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good afternoon, or depending on whichever time zone you're watching this. Mm.